This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX Forum.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. First chart is the Euro Pound. If you recall, two reports back, I mentioned this doji candle here, possible support. Personally, I was stopped out with a small loss on that trade idea, on that long trade idea. So moving forward now, I really don't see any favorable risk-to-reward entries. The major support level, the next major support level, in my opinion, is down here near the 88.50 area. So we might just wait for prices to meander down to that level where we'd look to enter, maybe a few pips above the 88.50 area with a stop, maybe 25 to 30 pips beneath the level. The next chart is the Aussie Kiwi. Not much has changed here. Let me zoom out here and give you the longer term channel view. This channel that I've been using for the past several months. This is the doji candle that I've been mentioning for the past several reports. I like the short trade off the high of this doji candle, placing our stop just above that high. But again, what I didn't like is that prices never did actually touch the line, or ideally I'd like to see them penetrate the line and then close back beneath it. So moving forward now, if you're short, again, I might take at least a little bit of profits here, maybe take half the position off the table and hold the rest. If you don't have any position, I don't see any favorable risk reward entries, and prices right now are in the middle of the range, so we should not enter. With that being said, over the next 24 to 48 hours, if we do get a move up to that upper resistance line, I might look to enter just a few pips beneath it with a stop maybe 50 to 75 pips above it. The next chart is the Pound Swiss. Not much has changed here. Prices have clearly not paid attention or ignored the longer term resistance level. Let me zoom out, give you a better view of this line. So moving forward now, I really don't see anything in terms of entries at the present moment. What we could wait for is prices to come down and test this line from the opposite side. Even though prices didn't really adhere to the line that well, in my experience, situations like this, I would imagine or guess that this line would act as support in the future. So this line, we can keep it up and wait for prices to come down and test the opposite side. We look to enter again, maybe just a few pips above the line with a stop, maybe 75 to 100 pips beneath the line, given a little more distance for the added volatility in the Pound Swiss compared to the other pairs. The next chart is the Euro Swiss, and not much has changed here. We can see the longer term triangle pattern getting very mature at this stage. Prices right now maybe a few pips above the lower support line. So moving forward now, I'd look to enter maybe a few pips above this support line with a stop maybe 50 to 75 pips beneath the line, and then we would reassess if prices do at that point come and test the longer term resistance line of the triangle pattern. But again, in my mind's eye, I do see an eventual upside breakout to this pattern, but of course we have to be prepared. It could be a downside breakout as well, and we'll trade that if that does materialize. Again, my name is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for a preview of the DailyFX forums. I want to go ahead and formally welcome everybody to the DailyFX forum. And I want to explain a little bit about the forum and the wealth of information that you can obtain from the forum, and how to go about doing so, how to find the things you want. So I'm just going to dive right in right now, and this is DailyFX.com, and this is usually how I navigate my way towards the forums. Obviously, you know, it really depends on each individual how they access the forums, but this is how I go ahead and do it. I go DailyFX.com, go ahead and click on the forum on top, and this brings you to the DailyFX forum homepage, and this highlights the most recent posts with the subject. So if you see anything that you're interested in, you can obviously go ahead and click. What I like to do is click on the forums tab like this, and go ahead and view the forums in the normal, typical way that forums are set up. And here you go. There are a bunch of threads down here, and I'm just going to go ahead and go directly to the forum, the video you just viewed, where you viewed it. So let's go ahead. This is the DailyFX Instructor Tips Forum, identifying trades with DailyFX. That's me. Go ahead and click on the most recent post. So this is where you are right now viewing the video, although the video will be the video beneath this one that you're watching right now. So normally when I'm on the forums, and what I would do is just scroll up to the top. Certainly you can check out any of my previous videos, and you know, especially if I did mention them in the report or in the video that you're viewing at that moment. And what I will do is go ahead and click on the forums, and then look for the forums that I like, you know, that I have interest in. One of them would be the Euro Dollar forum, and this, again, it's really up to each individual trader as to exactly how they want to use the forum. Personally, what I like to do, the first thing I do is I'll go to the Euro Dollar thread, I'll go and click on the latest post, And what I'll do here is, and again, I just want to, really emphasize this point. It depends on your exact mindset when you're viewing. And me as a trader, I have some experience. So what I do and how I personally use the forum is I go through and I'll read what people are saying about the euro, what their trade ideas are. I certainly, try to maintain my own individual objectivity, and I really don't pay much attention to what other traders are saying in terms of my trading. I'm not going to certainly see something on a forum and then go jump into a trade, but what it will do, it will open my eyes to certain trading opportunities, maybe a certain line or a certain time frame that I haven't looked at before. So that's one way that I personally like to utilize the DailyFX forum. But certainly for newer traders, there are plenty of topics that you can go over. Let's say you might not be well versed in terms of certain currency pairs that you want to learn about. Scalping, you might not know what Elliott wave is. You can go ahead and click there and see exactly what you can, what you can understand, what you might not understand, and then certainly feel free to ask questions about any of these topics that you have. Maybe the carry trade, maybe you have some questions about that, or the sentiment, the SSI, or the latest economic news, FX programmers, the webinars, MT4. Any questions about active trader, you can go ahead and click on those threads. So again, it's very free, very open, and there is a wealth of information here and just waiting for to be utilized. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.